Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. And we're doing Module 4, Lesson 30. As always, please take a moment to say thank you to your friends and family, and let's get started. So the objective of the lesson is represent pictorial decomposition and composition addition stories to 10 with 5 group drawings and equations with no unknown, which in simpler language it means that we're going to make 10 in the number story that we've been doing, but in the picture when we have to draw the objects or our materials, we have to make them in 5 group ways. So the things you'll be needing for today's lesson are your loose leaf paper, you need something to write with, you'll need your math book, you'll need your number bond chart, and you'll need your materials, about 10 pieces. So let's do the application problem together. And for this application problem, I need you guys to take out your dry erase board and your dry erase marker, and if you don't have that, please take out your loose leaf paper and anything that you write with. So the application problem goes is there is a pear tree and we have some pears on the tree and some pears are on the ground. How many pears are all together? So we have some some pears on a tree. So let's see how many pears are on the tree. I count that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pears on the tree. Let's count how many pears are on the floor. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 pears on the floor. So at this time, I want you to make a number bond by looking at the picture that you see here. You can pause the video and work on a number bond, and I will do mine, and let's see if our let's see if our number bond and our number sentence matches. So remember, you're looking at the picture and you're making a number bond chart by looking at the picture, and you're matching, you're writing a number sentence using the number bond that you made. So first thing first, I know that this is my whole and the 2 parts, and I know I have 1, 2, let's count how many pairs do I have all together first. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 pairs all together. That's great. Now let's go one step further and see how many of them are on the floor. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the floor. So I'm going to write 5. Now, how many of the pairs are on the tree? So you can use your fingers and show me how many pairs are on the tree. That's correct. You have exactly 5 pairs. So I know that 5 and 5 put together makes 10. Now I'm going to make a number sentence. And I did my number sentence in 2 ways, because as you saw in your previous problem set, you're starting to get familiar with 2 different ways of writing a number sentence. So the way I wrote is 5 plus 5 equal 10, or 10 equals 5 plus 5. Again, it's 5 plus 5 equals 10, and 10 equals 5 plus 5. So at this time, please put away all your materials to the side and we'll get started with our lesson. So today's lesson will be pretty simple, and we're going to continue to work on making 10 different ways using different numbers. So over here, I have 8 squares. I have 5 on the top and 3 on the bottom. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8. I use the counting on method to find out. I have 8 cubes. right? I have 8 cubes, and then I decided to put 2 more. Again, I had 8 cubes, right? And I started to put 2 more. So to make it easy for me, I'm going to color the 2 circles because I know that all my cubes are red, but these are the 2 that I added later. So I had 8, I have 9 and 10. So I know that 8 and 2 makes it 10. So now I'm going to write a number bond. And my number bond position has changed, but I know that the parts are connected to the hole by the arms. So I know I have 10 cubes, right? I have 10 squares. And then the 2 came, right? So 2 is one of the parts, and then I started off with 8. So I know the 2 parts of the 10 are 8 and 2. So now I have to write a number bond to match with it. My number sentence, I'm sorry. My number sentence goes is 10 equals 8 plus 2. Again, it's 10 equals 8 plus 2. Or if you write it, 2 plus 8 equal 10. Again, it's 2 plus 8 equal 10. It doesn't matter where you put the 2 or the 8, because in addition, we don't care about where we put the number, because the answer is always going to be 10 or the whole. So at this time, please take out your 10 materials, and I'm going to let's do this problem together. So I have a set of beans. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I have 10 pieces of beans, and I decide to put some beans on my hand, and let's see how many beans did I end up putting in each hand. So the way you guys will work is if you guys can use the number bond side. Okay, you don't have to draw the picture because I have the pictures up here. But if you want to, you can. So the first thing you'll do is draw 10 beans. If you don't know how to draw the beans, it's okay. You'll draw 10 circles. After that, you'll draw 2 hands. If you do not know how to draw 2 hands, then draw 2 big plates or 2 big circles or a square, because you had the beans. Instead of the beans, you draw the circle. So instead of the hands, draw 2 squares. So I decided to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in one hand and 4 on the other hand. So I had 10 beans altogether, and I chose to put 6 beans on my left hand and 4 beans on my right hand. So now please flip your page to the number bond side, and we're gonna do a number bond together. So I know I have a total of 10 beans, right? So please try to pause the video and try to do the number bond and the number sentence by yourself, and then we'll come together to see if ours matches. So I have 10, and I have 6 in one hand, just like the picture, and then 4 on the other hand. So I know the parts of this 10 is 6 and 4. The previous one with the square was 8 and 2. And then the application problem was 5 and a 5, which means that there are more than one way to write 10. So the number sentence that matches it is 6 plus 4 equals 10, or 10 equals 4 plus 6. So our problem set for today will be super easy because we already know how many ways we can make 10. As always, remember to put your name and date on both pages. So I believe today is May 6th. So make sure you put name and date on both pages. And let's do one together, and you have 1, 2, 3 by yourself. Again, this is the problem set. You have to make sure you're in problem set lesson 30, and this is for the students with the math book. It says Ricky had 10 space toys. He had 7 rockets and 3 astronauts. And the direction says fill in the number bonds and complete the number sentence. Ricky had 10 space toys. He has 7 rockets and 3 astronauts. So the way it works is 10 equals blank plus blank. So we know that these are the two parts because the whole is 10. The story says I have 7 rockets and 3 astronauts. So I'm going to put 7 and 3 as the two part because they all, when you put them together, they become the astronaut toys. And same thing, the number bond reads is 10 is a whole and you have the two parts that are missing. So I'm going to put 3 and I'm going to put 7. So I have 3 and 7, that makes it 10. I want you to do the rest of it by yourself. Okay, so let's get started. And this is for the people, this is for the students with no math book. Again, as always, you will put your name and your date. So I'm going to put 5-6-2020 and I'm going to put my name. It is very important to do that because I have to log in all the information. Over here, it tells you to draw the giraffes and the zebras. You don't have to do it. You just have to do some squares and circles or sticks. It's totally up to you. Let's do, since we did a similar math problem in the previous one, today I would like to focus on this one. Or we could do actually this one because it's a different one. We haven't done that in a while. It says make 2 groups. Circle one of the groups and write the number sentence to match and find the partners of 10 as you can. So I know the number sentence goes 10 equals 7 plus blank. So they already circled 7, which means I only have 3 outside of that circle. I'm just going to put 3. So I know that 7 plus 3 equals 10. Let's do one more together because this one was already done. So I'm going to show you over here. So I have in a 5 group way. I have 5 on the top, 5 in the bottom. So that makes it 10, just like the answer over here. Now I have to make a group. So I'm choosing to make a group of 2. So I'm going to write 2 that are inside the circle. Again, you don't have to do 7, you don't have to do 2. So you can circle any amount you want, which means I'm left with a group of 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So I know that 10 has a part of 2 plus 8. So 2 plus 8, 10 equals 2 plus 8. So I want you to do these two by yourself. And over here, I'm going to read the direction to you and you guys will be able to do it on your own. It says, Scott went to the zoo. He saw 6 giraffes and 4 zebra. He saw 10 animals altogether. So with that information, you have to fill out your number sentence and your number bond. And let's move on to the next slide. And the next slide is a shout out. And today I would like to give a shout out to Ileana. She always hands in her work on time and she tries her best to answer them. So I really appreciate it that she's using all the materials she can find around the house to solve it. And she does it in a timely manner. So thank you, Ileana. And until tomorrow, well, next week, please stay safe and don't forget to submit all of your work and make sure you do iReady every day. 30 minutes of ELA, 30 minutes of math. But until then, have a good weekend and I miss you guys. Bye.